Hey everyone, this is Ritika Gupta and I'm here at the Ebenezer Lutheran Church to cover Bindis and Bruises, a production by Chicago Dance Theatre Ensemble.
And behind closed doors, in a woman's bathroom, she puts on more makeup to cover the bruises. We wear the bindi to connect us with the goddess that is reflected in us.
Bindis and Bruises speaks about physical, mental, and sexual abuse against women. It uses modern dance, theatre, and Indian classical dance forms like Kathak and Bharatnatyam. We have with us today Priya Narayan, the creator of the show, and Ellyzabeth Adler, the director of Chicago Dance Theatre Ensemble. What made you speak about abuse against women?
Wow. I was deeply affected by the 2012 Delhi gang rape in India, and I think for me it was hearing family members, friends, being like saying, "Yo, it happens all the time. It's so common." And then, I put that into the context of being of Indian descent and realizing that many of us go through the same issues, yet we held ourselves to this higher standard that we are better. Nothing like that happens here to us, the Indian American community, this incredibly educated community. And yet, over the years, between friends and colleagues, we realized that it's just as common as it is in India. It's the same thing everywhere. It's a woman problem. It's not just an Indian problem.
Mm-hmm. And when Priya started talking about this show, Bindis and Bruises, it made me think about my life because when I was in college, I was in a 2-year dating abusive relationship with someone. And then I also was in a 6.5-year relationship with someone where it never was physical, but it was a lot of emotional abuse as well. And the emotional abuse of, you shouldn't dress this way, or you shouldn't talk this way, or when we're at a party, you should allow me to speak more than you. So these are these issues that we're applying to the show because, we're of 2 different races and our cast is multi-ethnic, and we have found that every girl has experienced something in her lifetime.
Right. So did you keep that in mind and then choose your multiracial cast because you wanted to?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We are all colors of the rainbow, and because of that, everyone has adopted this project as their own, and it's been wonderful because it really hits to home that this is not just an Indian problem. This is not just a woman problem. This is a human problem that needs to be fixed and needs to change.
Fashion magazines, society, social media, microaggressions. And behind closed doors, in a woman's bathroom, she puts on more makeup to cover the bruises. We wear the bindi to connect us with the goddess that is reflected in us.
What do you want to achieve by speaking about this? What's your goal?
I think our biggest goal that we just keep saying is breaking the silence because it's not talked about enough. We're teaching our boys to look at girls as not equals.
As objects.
As objects. In order to be beautiful, you have to wear a short skirt and high heels. But that's not what beauty is. Beauty, it comes from within. And bringing in the concept of the goddess is to know that we all have within us inner strength to break the silence. And her story is my story.
Mm-hmm. And our story is everyone else's stories. Because if someone hasn't experienced it, they know someone who has. And for me, especially with this project, if one person leaves this with a slight change of mindset, something that they change in their behavior, the way they approach women, whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. I mean, women do it to each other too. But some slight change, and we've already seen it. I mean, we've been running for 2 weekends already, and we're seeing it already with people who have come to this and have said, this has hit home for me. I need to change. Something needs to happen. And that's what this project is about breaking the boundaries, breaking the silence, and making it a safer place for our next generation.
You're so right. If you haven't experienced it, you definitely know someone else who has. In fact, I in my childhood experienced it, and to date, I haven't spoken about it to anyone, which now this conversation makes me realize, like, why didn't I talk about it?
Well, our community tells us not to talk about it. You know, I remember so many times hearing, shh, it didn't happen. Don't shame the family. This will affect our family respect and standing in society. Nobody cares.
How did you incorporate modern dance and Indian dances and theatre?
So I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer, right? Through and through. We use Bharatanatyam to tell beautiful stories of mythology and the goddess. But it's still storytelling, right? So Bharatanatyam, why not use Bharatanatyam to tell this story? Who said that we can't do that, right? So in order to facilitate that a little more, and the true collaborative nature of this work is to bring Indian classical dance with the modern, with the American westernized styles of dance. And theater is a great way to get your message across so that everyone is clear on what we're trying to say. So a lot of things that you'll hear are, it's raw. It's going to move you. It's
Bold.
Yeah, we're not trying to hide behind any curtains.
No.
We're definitely ruffling some feathers and making people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's what artists are supposed to do, right?
That is
That's
what we're
part of our
supposed to do.
job.
And the venue is great. I mean, the church is beautiful. Why did you use this church?
It's a great way to get the different parts of the community of Chicago involved. We're on the north side, and where are we, uptown? So it's a completely different venue, different location, different community that's exposed to different kinds of work and art.
Yeah, and thanks to our partnership here, it's a very affordable space, because when you are doing pieces about the work that we do here at Chicago Dance Theater, you have to be prepared that you're going to have a small audience sometimes. We've been very fortunate that all of our shows have been sold out, but also because it's an affordable space, we're able to pay our artists. And to us, when you have a company that's built on social justice principles, it's important to pay the artists for the work that they're creating.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Priya, and thank you so much, Ellyzabeth, for joining us today.
Welcome.
It was
Thank
great
you.
talking to you. And I hope your message is conveyed to the people who have to receive it.
Yeah. We
Yes.
think it will be.
Yep. One person, one story at a time. That's what we always say.